Welcome back to the Introduction to Agent Team Building mini course. This is Unit 6. Your Team Operations Manual is your cornerstone. Now we have a download to go along with this unit. You're going to love this document whether you're building a team or you're just a solopreneur putting your own house in order as an individual agent, maybe going to hire an assistant. We call it the RETB, the Real Estate Team Builder Team Tasks and Procedures Guide. So definitely download that as you follow along here. I'm going to dive into how to get this working for you right away. But first, let's just talk about why do you need an operations manual. As I mentioned, you need it as an individual agent because remember, you are a business owner. You definitely need this document for team building. So you can modify it just as an individual, but for team building, we've gone ahead and added a bunch of additional information that you're going to need. All right, so here are the benefits when you have a written procedures manual. Number one, you can really get clear about delegating all the tasks and who is responsible for what in the day-to-day operations of your business. Once you have a procedures manual clearly written and tasks and so forth created and who's doing it, you can then create checklists. Checklists for everything from how you run your listings and sales and escrows to the marketing tasks to all the administrative things that go with building a team. It really does become the core training document for your new hires because you're going to have all your processes and procedures in place. There will be parts of that are administrative, and then there will be parts of that are going to apply to your team members. It really does allow your team associates to just plug into your existing systems and again create checklists and help with onboarding them. And ultimately it serves as one of the core documents in your eventual exit strategy because you're going to have a team operations manual. And if you're going to have expansion teams or create satellite teams in an area, a large metropolitan area for example, you definitely have to have your procedures guides in place so that you can easily duplicate all of your systems. So I want you to take a look at the document. And let's open it up here and I'm going to walk you through what the areas and what we've done here. So across the bottom of the spreadsheet, you're going to see multiple tabs: listings, sales, and then what we call our 4 pillars of lead generation. The first one is database, then farms, and farms is more than just geographic. Then it's social media and internet, all your online marketing. Then it's networking. You're going to see a hiring and onboarding team admin area. And then finally recruiting tasks and team admin, and that might have like recruiting and things that are in it if you're building a team. All right, so here's your action plan. This is what I'm going to recommend that you do. Go ahead and download that team task and procedures guide. Then I recommend uploading it to a shared collaborative source software that you're using, like we use Google Drive. Especially if you have an assistant or you're working with someone else to do this, because you want this to be a living, breathing document. It's a spreadsheet right now, but what it's going to help you do is start outlining your procedures and create a very easy way to cover all those areas I just went through, all those tabs across the bottom. Now, I'm recommending that you just focus on the first 2 tabs first, listings and sales. We have completed those 2 based on running a transaction here in the state of Nevada. So here's the first thing you're going to do. You're going to look at the listing area for sellers, and you're going to go through and add, delete, revise, and customize. Very first thing I want you to do is go through and write down everything you do from A to Z to work with a seller, every task that requires a step or more, okay? This is super important because you want to get it all out of your head, and you want to go ahead and revise that, and you can also revise the buyer. Just work on those 2 first, okay? Next, you'll notice across the top of the spreadsheet, it's all customizable, so you can rename it, but you're certainly maybe not going to have every possible job or role that I have across there, starting with you, a team manager, assistants, marketing coordinators, transaction coordinators, buyer agents, if you have listing specialists, that you're going to customize that based on who's on your team and who you ultimately want to have on your team. This is what I love about when we created this document. It's going to help you right now, even if you're just hiring an assistant or you already have an assistant, figure out what are you going to do and what are you going to have your assistant do? What are you going to have a virtual assistant do? You see where I'm going with this, right? Then ultimately you build this all out, so even in the column that says buyer's agent or team manager, you would list ultimately what would you have them do if you had a team manager. Once you have buyer's agents on there, what are the areas that they're responsible for? It's really going to help you delineate who's doing what, and for the recruiting purposes, it's going to help you even build more of what's the value proposition. Okay, so you get it, listings and sales, customize it for you, then go across the top and list as you go down all the tasks, what are you doing? If you have a partner, what's your partner doing? What are you going to have your assistant do, and so on. All right, next you're going to write procedures for each of the steps. This is something that you can have your assistant do. Or you'll maybe need to do it. You'll write procedures for anything that takes more than 2 tasks, 2 steps, all right? And why I love using it in Google Drive is that you can use this as a guide, go create a Google document and start writing the procedures, and then you can create folders and so forth in a Drive. You can use whatever software you like. There's tons of software out there, Dropbox, Evernote. Some people like project management, like Basecamp or Asana, whatever it is, just find something that you're going to use. To me, Google Drive is the easiest one. It's super collaborative, and it has so many other tools that when you use that whole G Suite of tools from Google, okay? So the reality here is you're going to build folders out, and you can create documents that then can link from this spreadsheet to the task. But ultimately, you're going to have an operations manual with images and screenshots. You can even do videos that will help anybody that you were to hire on board, especially if they're an administrative assistant. Take this document and you could use it as a training tool, but they can also learn how to do all of your tasks. Now, this exact method that I'm sharing with you is exactly what I've done with many teams, coaching them across the country, and it's what I did when I co-founded a brokerage in Nevada. We used the same exact principle and built our company operations manual to be able to help run all the things that go into a company, all right? So operations manual, call it what you want, your SOP. I'm prior military, so a standard operating procedure always makes sense to me. There is a lot of work that goes into this, but it's something that you can start now and continue to add on. And trust me, once you have this document in place and all you have to do is refine and tweak it, you're going to love the idea of how easy it is to bring new people in if you have turnover, and ultimately have something that's part of your valuable asset to ultimately sell and or have somebody replace and continue to earn residual income. See you in the next unit.